Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 3 of the Adventure Abroad. Welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this little segment. I thought today I would talk about the B word, boundaries. Everyone's favorite topic, not. It's been coming up a lot of late and it's something I've been personally focusing on, really intentionally over the past 5 years or so. And it's been bubbling up recently, and so I thought I would do a little video to share some insights to see if it resonates with you or maybe might be helpful in some way. So when I grew up as a child, I grew up in a boundary-free El Zipperoni zone as a childhood. My best guess is my late mother had undiagnosed and untreated mental health issues. And I could tell you all kinds of stories, but I won't do that today, and maybe not ever. But in any event, it was pretty rough. So for many, many decades in my life, I had no representation. I didn't even know what a boundary was, and that's how I was in the world. And, it proved to have some interesting consequences. I've lived to talk about it, but I decided later in life that boundaries were key. And when I established my own boundaries, my life experience seemed to be more healthy, more joyful, more significant. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but it was a step in the right direction. Now, having said that, I don't think I've met anyone who loves talking about boundaries, ever. We're not taught typically, and it's not something easy for women to do. And certainly we don't live in a culture that welcomes women to establish boundaries. And in my personal efforts over the years to live a life that is one with boundaries, I've lost friendships. I've released friendships because those boundaries were not being honored. And I've had folks release me as a friend. And it's very sad. I wouldn't change it though, because here's the thing. Boundaries are not about them. They're about you, right? My boundary setting was about having a life filled with respect, advocating for myself, sharing feedback, insights that what just happened did not work. But what I have found too, even though I've lost relationships, I've really deepened the very important relationships in my life. I call them the true blues, if you will. And those are the folks who recognize that you have the right to be who you are in the world, and they still love you for being who you are. So those are my few moments of insights about boundaries. There are tons of podcasts and books out there. I suggest if the first step for you is like, do I establish boundaries in my life? And if not, and if that's something that's important to you, I would suggest checking out, for example, We Can Do Hard Things. It's a great podcast. And there's also The Perfectionist's Guide to Losing Control. I think I've mentioned it maybe in a previous episode. But those are two resources that the authors and podcast hosts touch on boundaries. So I hope this was interesting, and I would love to hear your comments. So drop them below. Bye.